So somehow you got the movie made, it's done, that's congratulations, amazing. And now you have that distribution agreement. You've been able to court a sales company at one of the major film markets or through reaching out through connections. And so now you've got that agreement and you have to know what to look out for. I'm going to break it down really simple for you. I own a sales and distribution company, and we try to make a very producer-friendly agreement. And these are the three things that you're going to want to look for in every agreement that's presented to you. The first is the term length. How long? How long are they having the movie for? Are they having it for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 20 years? I've even seen perpetuity contracts, which means they own your movie forever. I would stay away from the latter there. So the term length is something that you want to take a look at. Now, ultimately understand that the movie's going to make the majority of its money in the first 5 years, no matter what. So if anything over that, say you have a 10-year contract, it's at the end of the day, it's not going to be that much different at the end of that term. It's not like you're going to have a brand new life for the movie. So you have to kind of take that into consideration. The second thing that's really important is, what is the percentage? What percentage are they taking as a sales fee? Now, if you're talking about a standard sales fee percentage, it's normally about 25%. So they're going to take 25% of every sale, every dollar, they're taking 25 cents and you're getting 75 cents. I've seen all kinds of variations on this. I've seen 50-50. I've seen a 20% royalty deal where they're keeping 80 and they're just giving you the gross royalty of 20%. If you can negotiate and get them down, some places will go 20, some will go 15. If they're really excited about the movie and the movie's bigger, usually the bigger the movie is, they've got to understand what money they could potentially make from all the effort and all their buyer relationships that they're putting into the project. And so it's got to make sense for them. And you then have to calculate how much different is it going to be. I've had people die on a hill for 3% difference. You know, we're 25 and they want it to be 22, and it's like you go and you calculate that over what the movie's going to make, and you're only talking about $1,000 or a couple extra $1,000 difference in that percentage. So that's where you have to understand, look, the average is 25. If you can get lower than that, great. I would try to stay away from things that are going too much higher than that, because you might be giving away too much of the pie. The final thing is the expense cap. What are the expenses that they are putting into the film or basically charging back to you? If they're out there marketing and they're running ads and all that stuff, what are those expenses, and is there a cap on there? That could be trouble for you if that cap is really high and it's arbitrary. I've seen that where they're just like, it's $50,000 as expenses for your movie, and there's no accounting of what that is. So they're just starting you with a negative $50,000 hole. You got to watch that. So these days, they're not spending anywhere near what they used to be, and so that should be a lot lower than that. So keep it to a number that makes sense. I mean, you know, what are they putting that money into? So those numbers are going to make a difference in the long run. So again, those three things are the main contract points: the term length, the percentage, and the expenses. The other thing would be the MG, but I will say that MGs, which is an advance payment towards your film, are becoming less and less unless you have cast. So I would say if you can get an MG, go for it, but don't sacrifice the rest of those deal terms just because you got an MG. I've seen that where a company that had bad terms on all the things I said, but they offered, you know, something very small, $5,000, and the filmmaker wanted that money right away instead of going with the better company that was offering the better splits and keeping the expenses low and has a reasonable term length. You have to pick the battles, and that's not a hill you want to die on. Hey everybody, quick pitch on the Movie Producer Mastermind at Filmmaking Stuff HQ. If you want to learn how to finance your film, make your film, and then sell it and distribute it, this is where you need to be. It's the ultimate resource for putting your movie together. If you want to make your dream come true, you're going to want to check it out. Also, hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put up new free content every week.